Honored to introduce another great democracy activist, long on the front lines of efforts trying to unrig our system and un-gerrymander our voting districts. Please welcome Catherine Turcer, Director of Common Cause in Ohio, speaking on This Ain't Democracy.
Hi, everybody. So, I am here because I believe in the power and promise of democracy. But boy, is the system broken. So we are not here because we're a bunch of idealists, right? We are pragmatists that see a real problem and are ready to fight for our parks and fight for Ohio. You know, one of the things that I think is incredibly painful is here we are on a rainy day, and we all know that democracy is broken. We know that the system is rigged. And of course, as we think about, well, why in the world would Ohioans have to be at the Statehouse actually pleading, begging to protect state parks? All right, state parks. I mean, it is like when you try to think the cognitive dissonance of us having to be here to beg to protect our lands. There's a sign out there that says, "What the frack?" All right, everybody, you ready? What the frack? We are fighting for public lands to protect them from wealthy private interests. The system is incredibly rigged. And right now, the scariest word I can think of is fracking, right? What the frack? Are you ready? What the frack? But the scariest word in politics, it's almost Halloween, you know this word, it's gerrymandering, right? Okay, that's the scariest word in Ohio politics. It's incredibly spooky. It will not die. You can change the Ohio Constitution twice, first for state legislature, then for Congress, and we still get rigged districts. It still just keeps coming back. And I want to remind us all, you know, as we're thinking about the foundation of this country, gerrymandering comes from Elbridge Gerry, or Gary, and a weird-looking salamander, which is what the district map looked like, right? So he was a founding father. He was a vice president under James Madison. And yet, he signed into law the very first gerrymandered district, and we have had gerrymandering since 1912. So as we think about why is democracy not working, it's because of how things were founded. And you can think of all sorts of other areas where women were left out, African Americans were left out, all sorts of people were left out. So we need to think really big. We need to think really big so that we can protect our parks, so that we can make sure that we can drink clean water. Now, I said that it's like this, gerrymandering is like the worst, scariest thing I can think of. Think about a villain in a horror movie. You think it's dead, and it's not. And so that means that we have got to be incredibly persistent. Now, the manipulation of district lines is the manipulation of elections. The manipulation of elections is the manipulation of public policy. Okay, you guys ready to say this? The manipulation of district lines is the manipulation of elections, which is the manipulation of public policy. All right, you ready? Manipulation of elections. The manipulation of district lines is the manipulation of elections, which is the manipulation of public policy. And that's why we're here today, urging the state legislature to actually do the right thing. We're urging the government in general to do the right thing and protect our parks. There's no reason we should, in fact, be here. Now, why do we want fair maps? I think that's clear, and we've been traveling down this road a really long time. In order to change this, we have to do something about the power, right? because this all comes down to the power. We are we the people, but we need to take back the power. We need to take back the power, we need to participate in meaningful elections, and we need legislators, governors that are in fact accountable to us. All right, now, what do you do when folks are drunk on power? You take away their keys. What do you do with drunks? You take away their keys. Ready? What do you do with drunks? They're drunk on power. You take away their keys. What do we do? Take away their keys. What do you do? Take away their keys. And that is why we are once again collecting signatures, doing a citizen initiative to actually take the map making out of the hands of the Ohio Redistricting Commission and putting it in the hands of a citizen commission. And last but not least, citizens, not politicians. What do we want? 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 Citizens, not politicians. Now, I'm not actually sure that they actually heard us. I mean, y'all are making a little bit of noise, but come on. We want them to know that we want accountable government. We want them to know that no one should be put in a position where you have to go to the State House and hang out in rain and beg them to do their job. Okay, so what do we say? Okay, one more time. I have a feeling the people in the Senate building did not hear you. I want to thank you all. And the reason that I am always happy to come to these kind of things is it's so beautiful to see so many people who are working hard and have a vision of democracy, a vision of parks that are for us. These are our parks. This land is your land.